Here, got the live chat. Okay, send. You know what? I should probably send the link to my dad. Cause I know he's on the road right now. And so if he wants like a podcast to listen to, got it. Okay. Almost there. Just need to get a sweater on or something because it's kind of chilly in here. Okay. Alrighty. Here we go. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to update my status in Discord. Oh, that's what I'm connected to. Ha 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 ha. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on, my amigos. Oh, and also it seems that my still starting soon. Trying my phone took away the yeah, but why is Bluetooth on? Okay, heard it. There we go. Okay. We have music. You guys have music. You have music. Good. Oh man, there's so many things that I'm like, can I just... There we go. Right, some stuff. Where is my... I made a brand new playlist. Oh, it's because I'm... Ha 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 ha. There we go. Animation Station. Do it? There we go. Thing to do? Bloop. TV. Oh, there it is. Oh, is that why? Okay. Maybe that's what the problem is. There we go. Okay, alright, there we go. Figured it out. How do I make it slower? I really need to do it from here? Wrong kind of stream, Nick. Wrong one. Alright. Let's see. What in the elevator music is going on? I am currently trying to animate. So, having a wee bit of a struggle. Because on the one hand, I could get him walking in circles, but he wants to be extremely slow. Yeah, then he wants to stop and then start going again, which is not what I want, so... Come on. No, I don't want you to stop. Why are you stopping? Who is telling you to stop? Hmm? You want to go slow? Why? Why are you going so slow? Use Volt Tackle. I would love to. See, now he's going in the reverse. Or, was he? But I don't want him to stop. I want it to be a continuous motion. Just watch, he's gonna go. I could do... No, because the offset factor is what I was doing. Okay, so that's not gonna work. I'm not figuring this out. How do I get you to continuously follow the path at a consistent speed? Time to go back to Google. Oh, don't want to watch a video. I'd like to just get the actual... No. I'm sorry. There's a... What? Okay. Oh. Animate the path. Why aren't we animating the path?
Hello, Peter.
There we go. Okay. So now you're telling me I can go to path? Oh, okay. So if I were to take this, okay. Oh, now all of a sudden I have to use the restroom. We'll be right back. Okay. Undo the work that I just did. Then I'm going to, from there, not hand animate, but manually animate. Oh my god. You've been over this. Ensure that it is not locked or sampled. What does that mean? How? What? I want to control that. That's what I want to control. So let me control the goddamn thing. Run your animation effect at a faster or slower pace. Change the duration setting. On the slide, click the text or object that contains the animation effect that you want the speed for. My thing went away, so now I can't read it. Move it over here. On the animation tab, okay? Animation tab. In the duration box. Where is the duration box? That would be very helpful. I see no duration box. So I'm gonna call you a liar. You're asking about moving the object the full length of the path at a slower pace. Read on. If you're trying to vary stop or you made the object go backwards or forwards, that's a bit more complicated. Go into the path's properties at the right and set frames. Path's properties. Twice that you had before. Oh, okay. So if I put it at 200. Aha! Okay. Okay. There we go. No, not the path. Maybe just a little bit slower. Okay. Cool. Close mode. Let's try this, shall we? Why is it only... Oh, I see, that's why. Yeah. Yeah, no, now he looks like he's been walking, so I need to... Oh, mother of God! Oh. I just popped the living crap out of my back. Whew. That felt good. Okay. Alrighty, 829 frames. Somebody's selling Pokemon Emerald for $200 on the Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, nope. No, thank you. Hurt my neck. no way I sat here for 45 minutes already. Have I? Oh, yeah, okay, cool. I'm like sitting here thinking, I'm like, I didn't add this track to the playlist, and then it's like, oh, because we listened to all of the playlist. Ha 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 ha. Let's go take a look and see what things I can add here. Trying to keep it like Jolteon kind of themed, but honestly, I'm probably just gonna add whatever I want. Ooh, there's a full Metal Alchemist on here? Said that. That was a fun anime. I really enjoyed Full Metal Alchemist. I would love to rewatch that again. Maybe I'll go find like a red and blue playlist. I don't know. Just see where it goes. Actually, what's in the queue? It would tell me. Ah ha ha! There we go. There we go. Like, jeez, please. Sorry, I found a funny meme. Like, it's just pretty funny. I really like it. Download image.
Welcome to the Pokémon Center. Thank you for waiting. We've restored your Pokémon to full health. We hope to see you again.
You know what? Food. Food's a good idea. We should get food. Got myself some fried chicken. Although you don't need to see my face at the moment, because that's horrifying to watch me eat food. It's good chicken. I think this is just like the only part of the process where I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Is that like I'm live streaming this stuff, but obviously I have to render stuff, and I can't really animate and render at the same time. So it's like, now what do I do? And I know there's like 890 frames, and we're only on 385. But you know, I'm just chilling, hanging out, and stuff. I would switch over to play like, oh man, what's it called? Burnout Revenge. It's the newest game. Not the newest game, but it's a game that I grew up with. But it's one of my favorites. It's a racing game, but your whole goal is to drive aggressively. Like you're supposed to like crash into people and crash the other dudes. Hey, how you doing today? First time I've watched you. I'm doing pretty good, honestly. It's my last day off before going to work, although I'm going to my second job today at like 9 p.m. So I'm just chilling, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm trying to get this movie done as fast as possible. I'm kind of been put on like a time clock challenge, if you will. So I wrote this skit back in November, and my goal is to make 2 films within 6 months. So we made one. And that came out in, I think, November, late October. So I have until, like, the end of May to get this one done. However, there's, like, other projects I want to go do. Like, right now, my buddy we went to go to a parade with the 501st, because that's what I'm a part of. Do you know what the 501st is? Out of curiosity, while I go grab the pictures. Wait. So where's he? Particularly the short trooper. This is my buddy. Rob. No idea what that is. It's okay. So the 501st is a international costuming group where we build costumes. I'm the blue one right there. That's me. But we'll go to charity events and we'll volunteer and basically like help like bring awareness and pull people in for different stuff. And so the Ripon, California invited us to be in their parade for the 6th year in a row, and so we went. He's never been to a troop, and he had so much fun that he wants to be a clone trooper like me, but he wants to be the purple ones, which are the 187th. And so we're already building costumes for Star Wars Celebration for next year, for April of 2025. I'm gonna be going as the Mandalorian, so I've started on that, but I haven't finished it. And then we're gotta get him from 0 to 100 by then. Luckily for me, I know what I'm doing because I have my own clone trooper, but I work 2 jobs. I run the 3 YouTube channels, so I'm like I can only do 1 project at a time. So right now we're gonna get this little film out, which is based off of like Pokédex entries and like the real implications of Pokemon just being a thing. And then there will be a Pokemon gaming video coming out on the gaming channel, but after that it is full dive into the costumes. So I've got some 3D printers back over here. Here. Information. Yep, so I've got 3D printers right over here. They all need to get fixed up. They have issues with them. But we will be... But the idea is that I'll be recording as much as I can on my camera, and then for every, like, 15 minutes of edited footage, that's an episode on the behind the scenes channel. So it's gonna be... we're gonna be focusing on that pretty soon. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I'm hoping it's not gonna take that long. Right now, we already have like a $200 budget because we haven't spent any of our Patreon money since we're in post-production, so there's no... And all of the assets I've been getting are free, so like the mountain ranges over here, I sculpted and then used a noise texture as a bump map and color. The building to the right is actually the power plant model that was in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Jolteon, right over there, is from X and Y. The grass is from the game we play, and then the fence is from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So a lot of kit bashing is happening over here. But I don't have to spend any money, so we've been making like $40 a month off the Patreon, and then my dad sent me some money. So that on top of my income, we should be able to get a good head start going forward. But it's, yeah, one piece at a time, one little bit at a time. I've never done chrome as of like a paint job or anything, so that'll be fun. I tried to do like a shiny metallic on my Captain America shield, but it literally got butchered, so that I haven't attempted it since. But that's where we're headed. But all in all, yeah, I'm ready to get this one done. Like, after this, we're pretty much halfway there. I think this is segment number 4 out of 7. So once this one is done, yeah, it's just 3 more segments to go, and they should be pretty easy, because one of them is Mac Cargo, another one is Whirlipede, and then the last one is Luxray. Pokemon DTA, etc. Yeah. So it's been pretty cool, but I can't wait for it all to get done. I'm ready to go do sound design. I think that's the part where I'm super excited. Like, there's a part where Rattata is floating through the air, but I really love the memes of where it cuts to the you know what, F it, I'll just go pull it up. Hold on a second. Where's my memes? Oh, I'm already pulled up.
She's a wolf in mouse clothing. The mouse's ghostly howl stakes claim to...
I want Rattata to scream like that, so I will be yelling as he flies through the air. How long have I been working in this field? So, okay, now I get to give you a little history lesson of my shenanigans. I have been doing visual effects since I was like 13, maybe, is when I started getting into it. I have a lot of it is all of it is self-taught. Not a lot of it, a lot of it. And I am currently, I'd like to get into the industry. Like, I've been applying to Lucasfilm over and over and over again. Hello, Mia, is that you?
Oh yeah.
It is a Mia. Hello. Sorry, I have a person in my chat asking me about me getting into this. I got into, I mean, like, I've always liked visual effects. As a kid, I tried to make movies on the 3DS, starting with, like, zombie films. I don't know why. That one was always just, like, my go-to. I'm like, let's make a zombie movie. And then they never pan out any good at all. But I've always been interested in the toys, like the visual effects and the technical. So all of this stemmed from, hey, can I put myself in a virtual world with creatures? I haven't done that before. And that's how we're on this particular project. But I've always wanted to, yeah, I've always wanted to be a VFX artist. Like, it was solidified at like 13. But I love all forms of it: the prop building, costume making, set design, visual effects, cinematography, acting, all of it. So I've been applying in my off time to different places. I've been trying to get some video editing remote jobs, but they aren't really panning out. I have a portfolio, I just haven't been able to. I'm trying to add to it as much as I can, but it's really hard because it's like I don't have an education in it. Like, everything is self-taught. I took basic film classes in high school, but they didn't teach me how to do visual effects. They only taught me what framing and composition and like, how do you make a film from start to finish. I just like, but there's a whole post-production stage, and I want to learn all of it. So, but that's all the education that I have is just like my high school stuff. So yeah, so that's kind of just where I'm at. I don't have the education or experience to have people hire me, but also it's just like, but I'm not gonna sit down and just not do it. So it's just, this is how I spend my free time. If the YouTube channels take off, then there's no need. I'll just start my own production company here in California and just do my own thing. But other than that, did someone make you become interested in this, or was it a morbid curiosity? Oh, that's a good question. My parents named me George Lucas, so that started it. But the final nail in the coffin was Percy Jackson. My mom took me to go see the movie when it first came out back in 2012, and I fell in love with it. The score was great, the movie was great, the effects were great, the acting was great. I went to go read the book, found out it was completely different, and I said, hell no. And I was like, I'm gonna become a filmmaker, and I'm gonna give this series another shot, because there were plenty of movies that I liked, but because they were nowhere close to the book, even though they were good movies, they never warranted a sequel. Aragon is one of those movies. And so my whole thing was book adaptations. Like, I started to take the book that, I got it right here. Go to my intermission. I started as an idea. I never went and actually did it. I just didn't have the time or money. Where is it?
So how many shots in are you?
I started scripting the first couple chapters of The Lost Hero because I wanted to see, can I write and shoot an accurate version of at least the first scene when Jason, Piper, and Leo are all at the Grand Canyon and they find the storm, horse Tempest, and a couple other spirits and stuff. Never got around to it. What was your question, Mia?
Oh, I forget.
Okay. So I've had a curiosity. I want to do it, and I've been talking since the new Percy Jackson show has come out. I've been talking about possibly doing maybe some book adaptation scenes where I'm like, I'm gonna just adapt a couple chapters of a book into a short film and put it on YouTube. It's just the question of like, well, where does homage and education and experience come in, and when does plagiarism come in? And that's kind of where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, because I'll admit these are not my stories, but I just want to have the ability to turn them into a visual format, because I also know there are certain books and stories that we'll never see an on-screen version of, like Star Wars Heir to the Empire. That is, I really enjoyed that book, but they'll never turn it into a movie because Disney has deemed it non-canon. So where's that line? It's a gray area, and I'm still trying to figure out what that is. But book adaptations was the final nail in the coffin. But yeah, no, I was making Lego stop motion videos on my 3DS when I was like 12, and then I found my mom's camera when I was like 10, and I was trying to make a zombie movie with some Nerf guns and my buddy for a while.
You never told me you tried to make a zombie movie.
Oh yeah, no, I was like 8, 9. My buddy had all of these Nerf guns. He had a Nerf gun collection, I had a Nerf gun collection. I'm like, sure, why not? I'm not sure about the legal system with plagiarism in America, but I assume it must be tough. It's one of those things where the gray area is this thing called fair use. Like, we have fair use, and you can take certain things and manipulate it, and as long as if you manipulate it in a certain way where it's not necessarily plagiarism, it's technically use. Like memes for the most part are fair use because it's like you're taking either an image or a screenshot and you're recontextualizing it, whereas I'm not recontextualizing anything other than the fact I am taking it from page to screen. Like, that's the only difference. But there is a thing as movie rights to a book, which is how we get the movies of books. It's just,
I was gonna say, don't they need to pay rights to have that be adaptable into a movie?
Yeah, like they buy the rights. Like, that's how Sony got the rights to Spider-Man. Was Marvel was about to go bankrupt. So they sold the movie rights to Sony. So Sony are the only people who can make Spider-Man movies. But
Didn't stop Marvel.
Marvel has TV rights. It has the rights to the character in the books. The reason why Spider-Man's in the MCU is because it's a joint deal. They made a deal with Sony, but Sony still owns Spider-Man.
Oh, I was
Like
gonna say, how are they making Spider-Man now?
But they can only do it if they get permission. Like when Spider-Man Far From Home ended, or the movie came out, the original contract between Disney and Sony about Spider-Man expired. And so there was a moment where Tom Holland was really upset and even called the CEO of I think Marvel, I think he called Kevin Feige like kind of upset. Like he really still wanted to play as Spider-Man. He enjoyed playing as the character, and so he's like, I'm like, if we can come up with some kind of deal, that'd be freaking fantastic. And they eventually did, but Sony and Disney have said, no matter what, we're gonna try to make it work and make sure that there's a deal, because it is so much more beneficial for Sony to be able to have Spider-Man in the MCU. But that's neither here or there. But that's it, legalities and rights. That's the hard part.
Right.
Of all of it, because even I know with your channel, you've had issues where it's like you'll show a clip from a movie, reviewing the movie, which is under fair use, but it gets flagged, and then you're like,
yeah, even if I
hell?
edit the clip, they're like, nope, copyright claim. I'm like, seriously?
Right. So
Oh.
yeah, one way around that is you could do maybe like a recreation of the scene, which I mean, at that point it's like, okay, well then I'm recreating a scene from a book, so where does that fall under? To bring back the Heir to the Empire, there was this one guy on YouTube who's 3D animated the book chapter by chapter, and so you can go watch the 3D animation of Heir to the Empire on in the thing. But obviously, I have a specific. The problem is, I get like a specific idea in my head, and I'm like, it needs to be this way, and I need to communicate it in my brain out to the real world, and it has to be as accurate as possible.
Right. Here's another thing though. So, like, you remember the guy that took Kenobi and was like, it would be better as a movie, so we're gonna sit there and turn Kenobi into a movie. Where does that fall? Because it's not.
So there is a community of people on the internet where they will re-edit stuff, and a lot of it is just practice, like, you know, can I retextualize this movie in this way, or hey, I don't like Jar Jar, so I'm gonna cut out every scene with Jar Jar and recontextualize the Phantom Menace. There are people who've done that. I'm kind of in that boat too, because I have a version of Revenge of the Sith that has the first episode of the Bad Batch and the last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars edited in, because they all take place at the same time. And it's a fun way to watch it, and honestly, I enjoy watching it that way so much. I've seen it so many times. But
Do you not like Jar Jar?
No, I love Jar Jar. I'm like, I have no problem with Jar Jar. I'm just saying somebody has made that edit before. I like it when people do that, because it's at the same time there's a difference between just posting the movie, and then there's also a difference between creating something that would not have been created otherwise. And that's the situation is that I really want to see Heir to the Empire as a live action film with the John Williams score and all of that. I don't want it just in the book. I want to see it on the big screen. So I'd like to make the movie. But I also know, and going back to that Revenge of the Sith edit that I have, Disney would never have let that happen. Lucasfilm would never have edited Revenge of the Sith and the Clone Wars into each other, because it's an animated, you know, you have an animated show and then you're editing in, you're editing in the live action footage. And even with the guy who did the Revenge of the Sith Clone Wars style Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight, it was cool, but, you know, at the same time, I'm like, okay, but I could just go watch the movie. But this version of it, like, I like to be able to see the Clone Wars style. I'm a big fan of that art style. So it's hard. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know, that looks like plagiarism, and then there's other times where I'm like, I'm really glad this does exist, because this would not have existed in any other way or format.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find that fine line. But I keep applying to Lucasfilm. It would be really cool if I could get to work on the Percy Jackson series. I would lose my marbles. Because that was the goal. I was gonna go into filmmaking so that way I could do Percy Jackson right. Or I shouldn't say right, but you know, a more faithful adaptation to what we've gotten in the movies. So right now I'm almost done rereading Sea of Monsters. Water. Yeah, I probably should. Thank you. I gotta go now, but you've earned a new subscriber. Woo! You're very entertaining, and thank you for accidentally teaching me about Star Wars. You're welcome.
He does that a lot.
You have no idea. Yeah, it's like, you want to learn about Star Wars? Come over here. Welcome to the Star Wars
He's like the
station.
resident Star Wars expert. His name is literally George Lucas. Just not the George Lucas.
Not the George Lucas, but the remake. The sequel.
So are you done with this shot? Is that what you're waiting on for it to export?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to export. It's like 890 frames. We're currently sitting at 629. 630. Yeah.
So which scene is this?
This is Jolteon, where I try to feed it AA batteries, and then not realizing, hey, electricity, chain link fence next to a power plant, probably not the best idea.
Well, I figured that. I meant like which number scene.
4. 4 out of 7.
Oh, so you're close.
We're getting there.
More than halfway there.
We're halfway there. No, you know what? Just for that, let me see if I can find like a Bon Jovi lo-fi and see if I can put that on.
Change the music up just by saying a sentence. Speaking of being more than halfway there, I have like 5 chapters left of that super ass long book. I don't have to scroll through the chapter menu anymore.
Well, do a flip.
Do a flip. We can't. I can't.
Woo! There we go.
Nothing happened. Oh wait, I'm not.
Oh, yeah, that's because you have no idea that I'm doing that. Here, pop. There we go. Now my camera is on. Yeah, he said do a flip, so then I just went, you.
Oh, as you
gosh
did
darn
it, popped up on your stream.
I mean, gosh darn it. No, stand up and do a flip. Okay.
You sound like my dad, who's always like, "You seem excited. I'm gonna do a flip," and I'm like, one of these times you're gonna say that, and you're actually gonna do one, and Mom and I are just gonna be sitting here like, "Well, what just happened?"
Right, I was looking at living on a prayer. Lo-fi. Add to queue. What happened last night? I was ready to party again. What did I do last night?
Were we supposed to?
Not to my knowledge. Last night you know what it was? Robbie and TJ watched Rogue One because Robbie had never seen it. So we watched it on the projector, and he's like, and we get to the very end, and people start dying off, and he's like, "Damn it! Why did you get me so invested in this?" So I think he really liked it. Or darn it! Gosh, actually, I don't think "damn it" is a bad word.
No.
No, they use it in Star Wars. It's fine.
Some shows even use the A word, and I'm like, what? Aren't you supposed to be a kid show? Why are you sitting here dropping the A word?
I mean, Shrek 2 does it.
My uncle got mad. Like, I was watching Nerd Forge at my aunt and uncle's, and my uncle made me turn it off because she said badass. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're gonna make me turn it off because she said that's badass? Like, they are not 5 years old. They are 16 and 14.
Oh my gosh, yeah. At that point, it's
badass.
like, at that point, it's like, yeah. Like, I mean, I only try to keep it a little bit PG over here because I understand that, like, I have little cousins, but at the same time, like, I think the youngest is, like, 10 now. And it's not like these words aren't used in, like, the Avengers or anything. So it's, yeah, it's not a...
And it's not like she said it like she was cussing at someone. She was like, oh, that's, you know.
Well, even then, the term badass is, like, a compliment. Like, that's a good thing. Like, so
Yeah,
it's, yeah.
And he was like, nope, turn it off. I'm like, why? And he goes, she said that. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
I don't think white people have anything to do with it, Nick. I think just there are just some people who just are a little too sensitive. Yeah, that's the word.
No, they're just, I don't know. They annoy me.
It happens.
I love them, but they annoy me.
It happens. I had there was and I love them dearly. I love my aunt and uncle. They're amazing. But when Brandon was living with us, I was like, hey, can my cousin spend the night? And at this point, I'm like, how old was I? I'm 18. He's 18. She's like, I think 17. She spent the night before. Like, we play video games and stuff, so it's not like it's a huge deal. They're like, no, she can't come over because you have a guy who's not related to us sitting there. And I'm sitting there like, I'm not related by blood either. Like, what does that have to do with anything? And it's like Brandon. He goes to the family gatherings and stuff. It's not like you don't know who this person is. So it's
Yeah, the second I turned 18, Mom and Dad were like, why are you asking if you can spend the night with this person? Just tell us and go. Like, you don't have to ask us.
It's funny. My mom would get mad because I would go, and then she's like, you need to tell me where you're going. I'm like, I don't need to, but if you ask me, I'll tell you, but I'm not gonna just, it's just it's not the first thing on my mind. I'm not gonna just text you and be like, hey, I'm gonna go. Like, actually, like yesterday, Grandma was like, where have you been? I'm like, what do you mean, where have I been? She's like, you were nowhere to be seen, and I'm sitting on this news, and then I pulled out the 2 new pop figures, and then Grandma was like, woo, and then took it out of my bag. But she's just like, you need to tell me where you're going. I'm like, I don't need to tell you where I'm going.
Okay, I will say this. It is always good to tell at least one person where you're going, so if something happens, somebody knows where you were supposed to be.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
sure,
like
absolutely. If you're going
being
backpacking,
nosy.
if you're going out of town, if you're going out of the state, but if I'm going to the grocery store, at the same time, Robbie was with me, so I had an extra person with me. There was no... I'm an
Maybe
adult,
it's
goddammit.
more
I don't even tell anybody where I'm going.
Maybe
Gosh
it's
darn it.
more a girl thing, especially me, because I look like an eternal 12-year-old. But they're like, we don't care where you go, just tell us you're going, and then go.
No, I won't
You
even
don't
do
have to
that.
ask.
I won't even do that. Like, I think I realized there was a moment where I'm like, did I tell my mom that I got a second job? Because I don't think I did. Like, it's just never, like, my first thought that I need to, like, notify people that I do things. It doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Alright, we're at 703 frames.
We're getting there.
Getting there. It's taking a minute, but...
Yeah, I had a noodle come over last night, so I couldn't get on.
Alright. Yeah, I figured as much. So, like, I figured if nobody texted me that everybody was busy, and I was like, alright, cool. Not a big deal.
He is so rotten. He has the cutest little I'm gonna be a rotten butt face. Like, it's so cute. And he'll look at you, give you that face, be like, are you watching me?
Are you watching
And then
me?
he, like, if you act like you don't see him, he'll start doing something rotten, and then you're like, I see you over there, you goofball. And he's like, hee hee, and he gets this cutest little rotten laugh.
Nick goes, my favorite line to use is, I'll be back later. It's like, yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Scream reference?
That's what I would do. No, it's just, that's what tells people. That's what I would tell my mom. I'd be like, all right, mom, I'm heading out for a little bit. Where are you going? I'm like, because she does not like my accent. So I would literally just be like, I'm just gonna go hang out with friends. Oh, who are you hanging out with? I'm like, you're not gonna like that answer. I'll be back in an hour. I went home and took a 4-hour nap because y'all MFs kept me up till almost 2 a.m. Yeah, we did.
Wait, the other night or last night?
I think the other night, cause I literally, dude, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Wait, you guys stayed up till 2 a.m. after I got off?
Oh yeah.
It was 2 a.m. when I
No,
got off.
We
right?
finished the bottle, and then me and Robbie were like, let's go get more. So we walked over to the gas station, and then we got a 6-pack.
Hmm.
That was a lot of fun. I had work at 7. That sucks. I was about to have that tomorrow, but I called out, so we're good. Luke went outside and ran around. I did. I ran laps.
Wait, you're running now?
No, like, okay, because I was drinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had so much energy and was so hyper that I literally just ran back and forth up and down the street.
Then you ran.
Yeah, no, I ran. I absolutely did. I was like, and
you
I
said no,
and
then
I-
proceeded to say I ran up and down the street.
yes, and so I
That's
went.
what running is.
Yes, I'm confused. The point is, but what was funny is that I moved Discord to my phone and my wireless earbuds so that way we could take Nick with us. And I start running, and then I don't. Robbie said he was gonna go back in to get something. I don't remember. Comes back in, and I hear him on his end of the microphone go like, "Yo, Nick, this dude is like literally running laps outside." Da, 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 da. So then I immediately turned right back around, ran down the street, popped my head through the door, and I'm like, grabbing your mic. And so it was a good time.
Oh,
We had a
that's
lot
good.
of fun. A lot of fun. I want to do
Ooh,
that again.
we should
but
we
not
should
for a
all
while.
play stick fight.
Ooh,
That
we
would
could play
be
Stick Fight.
chaos.
We could play Mario Party. We could play Mario Kart. We could play Burnout Revenge.
I'm so competitively angry on Mario Kart. Though,
I do.
swear.
That's why the next Mario Kart video is going to be so much fun.
Oh, you're planning on making another video?
Yo, yeah, well, the first one succeeded really, really well. You know, so it's just right now, yeah, once we get to the end of these phases, yeah, I'll look at all the gaming videos and see, okay, well, which ones performed the best, and then go from there. Meanwhile, I was streaming Siege the whole time. That is true. Oh, Nick, speaking of Siege, you're gonna like this. You know the girl that I matched with in, that's like a couple 100 miles away from me? Apparently, one of the games that she plays is Siege, so I'm gonna need to go get a new hard drive and start downloading it. I will not be playing Mario Kart. Yes, you will! Yes, you will!
Well, you can't force him to play.
He
and the more you
forces
say
me to
yes,
play
you will-
fucking Siege, or, I'm sorry, effing Siege! Like, no, he can come play Mario Kart.
Okay, well, you don't have to say yes or play, and then he doesn't have to play Mario Kart. The more you say,
Yes, he does.
you
We gotta
have
get.
to
I
play it,
want
the
to
less
get like
he's
a
gonna wanna
whole
play it.
lobby of like 12 people yelling at each other in Mario Kart. Like that video will be hilarious.
That'll be incoherent.
That would. Yes, you are absolutely correct. It would be an incoherent mess, and I would love every second of it. No,
Nick,
but
is
dude,
your
it's like I mean, when
profile
was the last
picture
time we played Mario
white?
Kart? Right, last year. You don't play Siege with me. You're right, but Josh bought it for me, and then sometimes I have to download it and play with you guys because that's the mood you're in. Now I gotta go download it again because this girl plays Siege. So
Too late. I already put myself into it.
yeah, stay out of this. Yeah, no, but now, I mean, if she plays video games with me, we'll have a 5th for Siege, so that'll be cool. Actually, did she ever text me back?
How many players at a time can you have in a Siege lobby?
Technically it's 10 because it's a 5-on-5.
Oh. Mario Kart is really hard, I will say, Nick. Like, I'm over there like, I don't even know why I'm trying with you guys. They're sitting there going lap after lap, and I'm like, well, I'm just here trying to figure out the controls.
Yeah, no, I want to play Mario Kart more. I just wish they had like more battle stages, cause like I really liked Block City from the N64. I really liked there was one map where you literally were just driving on a Nintendo DS for Mario Kart DS, and that was really fun. There's a skyscraper one on the DS that I had a lot of fun with. Sherbert Land was fun. What was some other one? I just wish they had like a double dash feature because I really like the concept of like one player is in charge of items, the other player is in charge of driving.
Hmm.
speaking of Double Dash, we have a new retro video game store here in Yuba City.
Ooh, what's it called?
It just opened up in the mall. I don't remember what it's called. I know Robbie got the card, but they'll fix and clean my GameCube for $60. So I'm gonna go take it in soon-ish, within the next like 3 months, and go get that situated. That way I can go play Wind Waker.
That's a Zelda game, right?
Yep. But I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with $120. I'm gonna hand them the Wii. I'm gonna hand them the GameCube. I'd be like, fix both. Because I want to play Battle Revolution again. I want to play Wind Waker. I want to play Double Dash. I want to go play the original Animal Crossing. I want to get X-Men
cheap
Legends.
for like a full repair and clean.
No, yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like on the expensive side. The only reason I'm okay with it is because it's like they know what they're doing, because they will take, they will buy consoles and do trade-ins and stuff and refurbish them. And they know what they're doing. So, like, I talked to the guy who he's the one doing the repairing, and he talked about, like, what he would need to do it and stuff, and I was telling him, I'm like, well, this is what I've narrowed it down to, and I agree, like, this is the situation. But I really, and if both games were closer to, like, $80 instead of being $200 or $300, I would have impulsed it right there. But they have Pokemon Coliseum for the GameCube and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness for the GameCube, and I want both of those games. Damn, like, gosh darn it, man. I wish they weren't so expensive. He had X-Men Legends for the GameCube, but I told him I'd be willing to buy it, but my GameCube's not working, so I'm not gonna buy it yet. Their original Xboxes go for like $120. They have one with a really cool skull skin on it, but that one's, I think, closer to like 180 or something like that.
The only retro console you could say I had a Game Boy Micro. And that thing was like, its screen was as big as a quarter.
So for you, technically, that's just a regular Game Boy Advance, and everything else is a Game Boy XL, right?
Hey! No.
You're the one who sent me something about being short. Like, you can't say anything.
No, I'm tiny.
No, I'll send her the videos where it's the normal people playing with Legos, and then, you know, cuts to how short people play with Legos, and it's like that. It's actually like the point of view of the Lego character, and they're inside the ship, and it's.
Were you the one that sent me the? I don't know if I came across it on my For You page or if you sent it to me, but it was how normal people get into a car, and then how short people get in a car, and you see the camera like go up on this, like climb in and jump up on it, almost like this.
I think I did. I probably did. That I know I sent you the Lego ones, so you probably saw that on your For You page, but yeah. I don't think I've ever played Kirby Air Ride. I've never actually played a Kirby game all the way through. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think I have either.
I like Kirby, but that's because I like the cartoon and I love Smash Brothers, but I haven't actually like sat down and played a Kirby game all the way through. I had it for the Game Boy, I probably still do.
I tried Smash Brothers on my brother's Switch, and I swear, I didn't realize he put the bots up to like maximum difficulty. I was like, why can't I do it? Like, I know I've never played before, but this is ridiculous.
Is Kirby Air Ride like a couch co-op kind of thing, or is it a... Is it not that thing?
You can Google it.
Fire. Okay. Well, I mean, Nick's right here in the chat telling me I need to play it, so I assume that he's the one who knows more about it.
True.
So yeah. You get to tell me, man.
Did I tell you about my dumb gamer moment?
Which one? You have lots of those.
Hey.
How is my battery already low? Damn it. I guess. Sorry, my buddy got me these wireless earbuds, but the batteries die so fast. And I'm like, why?
Do you make sure they're fully charged? Because sometimes with wireless earbuds...
Yes, I did not take them out of the case until I pop them in right now.
Well, hold on. Sometimes with wireless earbuds, you have to make sure the case itself is fully charged before it can fully charge your actual
It was
earbuds.
all fully charged. It's just being dummy.
Well, how long have you been using them today?
Hey, render's done. Well, let me see. What's the stream at? 2 hours.
Oh.
I feel like they should be lasting longer than that, but here we are.
Mhm.
Like, and I got my regular earbuds next to me, so it's not like it's a huge deal. Like, I can always swap it, but you know.
So, okay, you're doing all this stuff in Blender, right?
Correct.
So, are you still then going to have to take the finished shots from Blender as a video and put it into HitFilm to finish editing, or can you finish editing the whole thing here in Blender?
I think I can because I have, so let me see, layout, modeling, sculpting, UV editing, shading, rendering, and then I have compositing, so this is where I could do my visual effects if I wanted to. And then if I go back to layout, or, because I was in animation right now, so like, let's say if I go into rendering, I can go into this tab, and I can go into the video sequencer, and this acts kind of like an editor if I wanted to. I don't do that because that's not how I was taught, but it is a thing.
So do you fully render the scenes and then go put them in HitFilm to finish the movie?
We need to make a plate up video about that, Nick. I'm already on it. I recorded our first time playing that whole session with you, me, Josh, and Gabe, so I have that. I do plan on editing it. I just gotta get through all the rest of the other garbage first. What did you say, Mia? I'm sorry.
I said, so are you gonna finish like making and rendering the video in here and then put those videos into HitFilm for the final edits?
Say that. I'm sorry. Yes, so what I do is I'm exporting it as an image sequence. So what my computer is doing is rendering every single frame as its own image. And then I take all of those images, tell HitFilm to play, you know, image 1 through 829 at 24 frames a second. And then boom, I now have my clip. I then take that and then green screen and composite myself onto the thing. So right now, I need to get... Where's my reference dude? Hello, reference dude. Except for the Pokeballs, we don't need the Pokeball. I need to take my reference guy. I can grab his what's the problem here? Object mode. Grab the... Oh, I see. Boop. Like that. Pose mode. Why are we... What is the problem here? What the doobie do? There we go.
How long do you think your finished video is gonna come out to be?
Oh man, I think I don't even know where it's at right now. Let me take a look. Currently, it looks like it's gonna be just past 5 minutes. Maybe. I know doing the metagross bit, which is all of this right here, that actually extended out longer because the shot that doesn't have me in it, which is the Rattata shot, that was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. And then... Yeah, I don't... I told Grandma, I'm like, I'm probably gonna make a censored version for her because I don't know what she can take, if that makes sense. So, the part where... So, like, here. So, the part... Like, you know, floating rat and then smash. Okay. Blood everywhere, obviously. And then... You get... You know, me doing the... I have CGI puke. So... Everything in the beginning is fine. No, yeah, exactly. So they, you know. Anyways. Well then, okay. So then, here's my question: does this look extremely fake, or does this look frame by frame? Good. Okay, so we're good then. Oh, jackass.
I was like, why do people think this is funny?
Because people have
So
different senses
bad.
of humor.
Gross out humor and over the top, like, visceral gore humor is not my thing. I like more relatable, like, that was funny kind of humor, but ugh. Whoa. Turned into Elastigirl.
What? What is this? Okay, if that's supposed to be the E. I can't. Okay. I'm going to lose my marbles. Because if that's the anchor point.
Is that boy supposed to be, like, you?
There we go. I'm using him as reference, yeah, for the most part.
Hmm.
Okay, so then when I pick up whatever this is, yeah, okay, so there is a. What I don't like is that there's multiple points intersecting with each other, and I'm like, which point am I grabbing?
Hmm.
See, like that didn't count, but this counts. Anyway, yoink. Over to the fence. Yeah, so I start off with, I have him as a representation of me, and I try very hard. I use him as like my blocking as a start, or at least in sizing everything else. So like Jolteon is about 2 feet tall, so he's gonna be like just above my knees, and so that's how I use. Basically, the Pokemon trainer is my ruler. He's my ruler and scale. This is not the right window.
I did not realize how tall Jolteon actually was.
Yeah, no, I think it's a lot of fun. So right now the issue is that okay, I'm gonna be crouching down next to Jolteon. So we're gonna face Jolteon. We're gonna do. I think it's.
So is this when you get, like, barbecued?
This is when I get barbecued. Yeah. Wink.
I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Okay. Wink. Wink. That. Oh. Ooh, is this official though? No, somebody else. Then if we do this. Pop, pop, pop. The idea is that the camera doesn't move. The camera just zooms in. I can do. No. Zoom in, rotate, click, and then aha. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Woo. Slowly. Okay, boom. Okay, so now I know that I need to zoom out just a tad. Do a flip. Hold on. Flip. think that's... Ah! Now we need to take homie to at the beginning of the shot, about right here. Gonna try to. He's gonna be walking toward us. Let's do. Maybe right there. Take this. Ooh. I want to insert keyframe. This insert location and rotation. And then as it comes up to us, that's when we're gonna zoom in, match them up as best we can, insert keyframe. Yes, and now as zoom in, and he's gotta stop for a second. He's gotta stop like right there. So, homie, let's take this. Or no, it's not you. Is it you though? Is it the Jolteon, or is it the? Oh, because yeah, I can animate the influence. So I could say, hey, right there, or at least right here. Okay. Insert keyframe. 0. Insert keyframe. And then take all of this. No. Delete. Although I think I'm not gonna have good. I do all. No. Where's Jolteon?
What's your favorite part of animating?
None of it. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's it can be fun. I think what I enjoy is once I get into a groove, I just turn on my music and I'm just focused in. Like I'm just zeroed in. I'm just like I'm gonna go do this. I don't have to worry about anything else.
My name was called. I'll be right back.
Okay. I see how it is. Okay, so yeah, because we want to get him to write about. Okay. Let's do this. About what? The image right there. I want half of it. Get you to stop. That's what I'm trying to do. I guess because you know what? Okay. I can't insert. Gosh darn it! Oh, that's not it either. Okay. How did I do it with Piplup? I think I literally just had to like take this and with Piplup, I think I just had to delete the path. I think that's what I had to do. I had to delete the path. Boom. No, not the floor, the path. Now I have to take Jolteon, who's in the center, grab him by the skeleton, and then bring him back over here. Battery low. Alright, fine, I'll put you back in my ear. Grab the other earbud so I can hear my friends.
On the mini diagram, it kind of looks like a Torchic.
Hold on one second. Why is... Say something?
Something? What's up?
Say it one more time.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Sorry, you were coming through my TV and I'm like, bro, I said by default, and my default right now is the monitor, Not the TV. What the heck, man?
I think there's sometimes that it just glitches out and it's like, no, you're gonna be on this one. I have 3 audio inputs and I don't even know where the hell where the other one goes to.
Okay. So let's do. Oh, you know what? No. Go back over there. I don't want you to move. We're gonna do Shift A, curve, path.
So are you outside the fence or inside the fence?
I'm outside the fence. Or inside the fence? I am on a side of the fence. I'm not entirely positive where I'm at from that point, but I am in the fence.
Fair enough. Because I was trying to figure that. I was like, I can't tell if he's inside or outside.
He's on a side of the fence.
Could you imagine, like, trying to debate something and you're like, I am on this side of the fence?
What in the butt munchers? I'm not understanding. What level my thing is on? Doesn't matter. Alright, point is. We're gonna take the
Could
points.
you imagine having to do this for a whole 2-hour movie?
I want to.
Oh, I watched a good movie the other weekend with my grandma.
Yeah, what'd you watch?
Nimona? I think that's how you say your name?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it was so good. Like, I felt so bad for Nimona.
Why aren't you doing it?
For some reason, Netflix put it for free on YouTube to watch.
Am I losing my ever-loving mind? There we go.
Could you imagine if one of your projects got picked up for a streaming service?
I would lose
In,
my
like,
mind!
That would be so cool. Like, it gets picked up as like a short thing for Netflix or something.
I would lose my mind. I'd be so stoked.
You know, I wonder if like the people that make movies for like platforms like that, if they get a subscription for that platform for free. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know actually. That's a good question. This is where I had issues last time. Where did I... Your rotation is correct. Your constraints are correct. See, okay, the curve is right here. What is over here? Why are we doing this? See, that is it. I don't understand. Reset to default value. And now he wants to be over there, but I need him on the path, which is what I told it to do. Target the path, not fly around at Mach 2 for no reason at all other than to like make me angry.
You set the path after you animate the thing?
No, I set the path and then, well, okay, so what I did was he's animated to walk in place. So like if I can find, hello?
He's clear over to the right.
Exactly. Like why are you over here? So he is set.
Why are you on the ground?
He already has a walking animation. Okay. So I just need him to move. And that's what the path is. I can draw out where he's gonna go, but I don't know why. I'm not understanding. Why are you all the way over there? Okay. Take this. In.
He said,
constraints
I don't
tab.
want to be here
I
anymore.
I add a constraint, a follow path constraint. I tell it to follow the NURBS path, which is the one over here. Why are you so... Where'd you go? Why are you over there? Aha! I am understanding the problem. So instead of staying put, what it's doing is it's going like, hey, at the very beginning, which is 0 keyframes, which is not where I want him to be, put him over here. Question
What is going on in here?
what's going on
Ooh,
is
what is
my
Hi, Nick.
my dummy do is dumb. Okay.
Gabagoo.
Gabagoo, gabagoo.
Your thing was all distorted, so you sounded different. He came in, said that, and left.
Yeah, he does that. Okay, so now we're gonna take the homie, rotate him that way. Now he should follow the path accordingly. Right there, he should stop moving on the path.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or maybe a little bit, yeah. See, he just keeps going. It's like, no, sir, you need to go right.
Well, do you need some command to tell him to stop? Or
No.
is it
What
just
I'm gonna
supposed to
do,
follow the line?
I'm gonna tell this, insert a keyframe right there. Oh dear, oh my, oh dear.
You turned into a British butler.
Shit, thank you. Okay.
You know what a job you would be good into?
Voice acting?
Yes.
You were not the wrong. Good lord, what's the problem? Just stay in place! Fixed position? Is that what it needs to be? And then I control, oh, okay, okay. And then, ah ha 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 ha. I've come up with solution. Solution has been come up with. I have solution. Link? That's here. Right there. Actually, let's do it right there. Insert keyframe. Put that keyframe. And we're gonna go over here. And we're gonna tell it. Ooh, this way. Or not. Answer keyframes. Now, homie should be going forward. There we go. Right there. I need to go into pose mode. Awesome.
That's a lot of points on that.
Select all the points. Everything going forward. And then hit X. Okay. It's over here. And I think I want him to like how big these dots are because I can't tell what the hell I'm looking at.
Oh, I see. So you're using that Pokemon trainer as like they did as the puppets in his Dark Materials. It's just something for you to know where the animation is supposed to look.
Yeah, reference. Oh, his whole head is like inside the thing now.
Did you have to make the Jolteon too?
No, all of this is downloaded. So this was off. This is ripped from Pokemon X and Y.
Hmm. Now, is that allowed? You know what I mean?
You know, they've never shut it down. I don't know what the problem. It's not like somebody's taking the models and selling them. It's just like, hey, look at all the different models from the video game. So I can load up every single model of Jolteon from the N64 all the way up to the Nintendo Switch and compare them if I wanted to. I don't know. It's a... I don't know.
Area.
I'm making a shoddy little internet movie and putting it on YouTube. Does it really matter?
Well, I've heard of some like YouTube channels getting sued because they used people's characters in their stuff.
It just depends on who it is. Like, if Nintendo really wants to come out and come get me because I decided, hey, I want to make a Pokemon movie about this particular subject because I know Nintendo's never going to make this movie, then I guess that's on them, and it's like, maybe the worst thing that could happen. Like, it's not like I'm making money, and it's not like it's damaging the brand. It's a meme. Like, the whole meme is that there's the realistic Pokedex entry side of it, and it's just this Steve Irwin type character going around and hanging out with
Being a
Pokemon. That's
jerk.
all it is.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm making a little funny thing to make people laugh. If Nintendo doesn't like it, then they don't like it, and I can't stop them from not liking it.
That's true. But from what I've seen with the amount of Pokemon fan stuff that's out there, I think Nintendo kind of encourages the fan creativity of it, you know?
I don't
Which is
know
kinda cool.
if they do or not. I just know that homie is just tired.
Tired.
Like, pick and choose your battles, you know? Like, you can get mad at me at making this little funny little piece, but there are people who make way worse animations for Pokemon, and it's like, go after those people. If you're gonna go after me, I'm gonna throw those people under the bus. Like, this is there, because oh, hey, that's it. Excuse me. Hello.
It wanted to advertise
My friend,
your
my eyes are up
monster.
here. I don't know. If Nintendo gets mad at me for this, it's just like, first of all, this is a lesson. I shouldn't say Nintendo's gonna get mad. Here's the lesson to be learned here. I really like the property. I pay a lot of attention there to detail. There are things about this property that I love, and I would love to make content with this. So you can either sue me over making a little funny internet video, or you can go, hey, can we get you an animation internship? You want to work on a Pokemon project with us? You want to do, there's multiple ways that you can go around this, and it's just like, I think turning around and just suing people over your brand is just not the way to go. Like,
That's a dictatorship.
right now, like, they're suing an emulator company because somebody got a copy of Tears of the Kingdom early and posted it online to the public, and so people can now take it and emulate it. And so, but here's the other thing, though. The argument people have over it, the Nintendo Switch's hardware is not the same as computer hardware. So for a lot of people, they're like, I can play the game so much more smoother and make it look prettier with graphics enhancements if I emulate it on my computer rather than playing it on your Switch because your hardware's not there. So, what's the lesson here?
But they're getting a free copy that way, aren't they? Or are they paying for the emulator?
Sure. Well, that's the thing.
Because
is
if
that
they're getting
so the emulator people are getting money on Patreon because they made the emulator. They're not the ones who put the file up. They're just like, hey, here's the thing that you can play ROMs and things on. Here's the thing that you could play Switch ROMs.
Well,
If
at that
I
point, they're
bought
getting
Tears
a
of the Kingdom, or since I
free
did, if I were to dump the files from my cartridge onto my computer and play it on my computer, that is perfectly legal. I'm allowed to do that. So my problem is that they're suing the people who make the tool to play the games, rather than the person who took the copy and uploaded it and redistributed it.
Oh, they're suing the wrong person.
Right? I feel like they're suing the wrong person, but Nintendo has a problem with emulation anyway, and Pokemon is a great example of this because if they were to, they get mad, like if I have Pokemon Sapphire on my phone, right? I emulate it on my phone and I'll play it from time to time because I like Pokemon Sapphire. It's one of my favorite games.
I don't trust
If
emulators.
I
A
could
lot of
have
them are-
bought it, if I could have bought the cartridge, or if I, which, I mean, I do, I have it. I own Pokemon Sapphire physically, so I've already paid my way to get the game. But if they were to release it on Nintendo Switch digitally, and I only would have to pay $10 to have the digital version of this GBA game from 2003, I would give them my money. However, they don't sell it, so now what do I do if I want to play this game that I can no longer buy?
See, that's one of the things I like about Just Dance is they have both Just Dance Unlimited, and then they have Just Dance Plus, and that allows you to play the older games that you can otherwise not play anymore.
Right.
So like, it's going out on the Wii. Like the Wii's going out of style, and a lot of people's Wii's are ceasing to work because they are as old as they are. So people then pay a small fee every month, or like 1 month for a whole year is like $24. How cheap is that for a subscription? And then you get all the songs from all these different years of Just Dance right there. And even then, Just Dance is extremely freaking cool about putting their maps and stuff onto YouTube. So if you just wanted to dance to the dances and not score them, you could dance along to it on YouTube because they're extremely, extremely, extremely supportive of their community. And it's like, can more people learn from this community because it's nice. You know, like it's nice that the creators of something are supportive of the ones that like it instead of turning around and
Instead of being like, oh, give us your money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like we're just here to have fun. We don't need to be jerks about it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's a...
And I mean, how often do you see content creators go from a player of a game to being part of a game?
Yeah, it's just, it's a whole, it just depends on how you do it. Like, I think plenty of ways you can go around it, and you can have people be a part of something, and then, yeah.
Oh. I've been talking about Just Dance a lot, but I love the game. I love it.
Is this it?
Oh, I didn't tell you my gaming dub. My dumb moment.
Okay.
So my mom and I were gonna play Just Dance, and my free trial of Unlimited went out.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Can we play this one dance?" And I was like, "Nope, I don't have it anymore because it was on Unlimited or on Just Dance Plus." And she goes, "Oh, that's bull." And I was like, "I know." And she goes, "Couldn't you turn it on YouTube?" And me having YouTube on my Switch, my brain went, "We're gonna forget that you have it on your Switch." So I was like, "No, you guys don't have YouTube downloaded on your TV." And it wasn't until after we were done playing that I realized I have YouTube on my Switch. So we could have played it. And that was a dumb moment. Dumb.
Woo!
You calling it done?
Rendering the next animation.
How long have you been working on it today? Just
2 hours and 34 minutes.
Did you just start this one?
I built it yesterday, or I think I built it the day before, and then I decided, and then I do the animation here. So I usually take like 1 day to do, I'm gonna build out the scene and do all I can and learn these techniques. Like, I was really bothered that the Torterra scene didn't have actual grass, and then I thought about it. I was like, well, how can I procedurally generate grass? And I was watching a tutorial, and I'm like, why didn't I think of this? It's the same way I put sprinkles on a donut. You take a particle simulator onto the plane, and that's what it is. So basically, there's a flat square. I put on the particle simulator, and instead of it emitting particles like I would for smoke or fire or water effects, I said, do a hair simulation. So it pulls up all of these strands. Then I told it, you're going to make all of these strands look like this particular model. So I have this little patch of grass from the Wii Play from that video game, and I said, you're going to create 40,000 hairs, and you're going to make them all use this base model to look like it, but I'm also going to adjust randomness for scale and rotation, and now I have grass.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't be showing it, I can't have the particles show up as I'm animating, so what I did was I turned it off to where I don't see the animation of the particles, or I don't see the particles while I'm animating, but the particles will be there when I render it, so there's the grass. But that took me like an hour to figure out.
Oh.
Because the tutorial I was watching it, and all the buttons that the dude was using were not there, and I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about, and because I left a comment on his video, I'm like, those buttons are not there for me. I have followed your thing verbatim. I have video proof because I live streamed it the other day. I was like, I cannot find the buttons for this. They just don't exist for me. So he asked me what version I was on, so I told him, and I'm waiting for a response back, but I was like getting frustrated because I'm like, I'm sure this was a better way to do it. I just couldn't figure it out. But for the particle simulation, it's not that bad. It's not terrible. So I think right now the hard part is that the rotoscope my feet again. I should have just painted that piece of wood green and called it a day. No, I do know why I didn't, because I was like, I'll just rotoscope it, it'll be fine. And then one Torterra later, and I'm just like, F me, dude. No, I don't want to be tired. I work tonight at 9, and I'm not getting off till 2 in the morning.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a bouncer. It's Saturday night.
Jeez.
I just wish it was enough to pay for all my income.
What, you mean you just want to be a bouncer?
I'd rather be that than what I am now. That's for sure.
Hmm. Oh, everything just popped.
Like, we'll see how it goes. I left a message for my doctor because I'm like, hey, my job isn't following your accommodation at all, and I want to talk to you to figure out what our next move should be, because I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. It's getting out of hand, but I'm also like, I don't want to quit my job because I don't want to go looking for a new job. I think that's kind of like what it is. Like, I don't want to go find another retail job and start from the bottom again. Like, it's so... That's the one thing I hate about, like, regular work. Like, the system work, the expected work, the society's work. Like, I remember there was a conversation I had with my mom, and she was talking to me about, what was it? She's just like, you need to be a productive member of society, and I'm like, says who?
And you are being productive. You're bringing happiness to people doing what you love. How is that not productive?
But that's our definition of productive. But as of, like, we need grocery stores, don't get me wrong, we do need them. Like, grocery and retail environments have to happen. However, there's a point where we have to recognize, like, this isn't what people want to be. There's, like, no respect for the environment, and it's also, like, this work that I'm supposed to do that's supposed to be making me a productive member of society is just, it's not enough for me to live on, and I've come to terms with the fact that I will never make a living ever. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So now I'm prioritizing work-life balance. Like, that's what it is. And I'm prioritizing my health and me as a person. But corporations don't like that. You are nothing but a number to them. And so, and as a person who grew up with the Clone Wars, you know that doesn't sit well with me at all.
I don't think it sits well with anybody.
So, well, it definitely doesn't. Well, I mean,
it does to the people who are in charge. They know their number, they know their place. I am not that person. I am not a number. I am George Lucas, and I'm gonna go do me, whether you like it or not. So either you can be accommodating, because at the same time I understand the responsibility of, like, I would like to have a house over my head at some point. So yes, I'm gonna have to work to make money. That is a necessity.
I will be right back. I gotta go get dinner.
Okay. That took a turn, but regardless.
I want this to be my job. I really like doing this. I like working on projects, and I like making things, and I like being able to make content. It's fun. I enjoy it. I'd love for this to be my job. So right now, it's a hobby until I can pay off my loans and maybe get an actual media production job and then go from there. When do I get paid next? I get paid. Next Friday. That sucks. Oh crap. What do I... Today's the 2nd. Then I work on the 8th. Okay. 9 p.m. These make it black. Gray, technically. Boom. Okay. Then I'm trying to get the 16th off. So I can go do that other thing. Schedule for that. Oh! Yeah, the schedule for that week should have come out by now. What the gosh darn it, you know? So are they having me work the 10th? I like how I flat out told oh my god. I knew they were gonna do that. I knew they were gonna do that. Oh, alright, well, I get a free weekend. Because if I did, yeah, my requests, I'm off. See, it's still pending, which means they never looked at it. Ugh. It's so annoying. Okay, oh, what do I even get? This is very, like, upbeat. This is not... I want lo-fi. Lo-fi, please. Lo-fi. Yeah, lo-fi genre. Just hit... Lo-fi chill. Thank you. Lo-fi chill. There we go. Alright, all of a sudden the music, like, hyped up because my playlist isn't 2 hours long. So I went to go check my schedule because I was just like, hey, you know what? I need to do... Because this is my this is what's supposed to be my availability, but because the people who are in charge of this particular responsibility and task never actually do it the way that you should, I keep getting scheduled at times where it's like, this is not convenient. So, my availability is supposed to be, with the accommodation, is that I am off by 4 p.m. every day. Thursdays I am off at 1 p.m. so that way I can make it to my weekly appointment, and then Sundays I need to have off because of my second job. Now, the problem I'm having right now is like tomorrow they scheduled me, so I had to call out today, and I explained to them, like, I don't, my accommodation still hasn't gone through, nobody's, put in the availability request, so somebody accidentally scheduled me for this day, and now you guys are going to be down in person. The next part is I applied for time off on the 16th for the 501st. We have a meeting. We're going to get together and we're going to talk about what, the upcoming plans are 501st wise. And so I was like, hey, I need March 16th off. Well,
I'm scheduled to work that day, and on top of that, I go to check my request to see if it got denied. It's still pending, which means nobody looked at the actual program and software where the requests are, and they just do this. So either that, or they're doing it out of spite at this point, because we've already had so many issues when it comes to my schedule. Like, scheduling is literally where we're having the biggest problem with me. And I've been up front where it's like, if you schedule me, I'm in. But here's the problem. These are the times where I'm not available, and they keep scheduling me when I'm not available, and then they're looking at me like I'm not the team player for doing the thing that we need. So it's just, it is infuriating.
It sounds like they're trying to make you quit.
I think that's exactly what they're doing. There's quiet quitting, and then there's quiet firing, where, have you ever heard of the term quiet firing?
I've heard of it, but no one's ever explained what it was.
So, quiet quitting is when an employee is like, you know what, I'm just going to do the bare minimal. I'm going to do my job description. I'm not going to do my job poorly or not do it at all, but I'm going to do what is required of me, and that is it. I'm not going to go above and beyond. Quiet firing is, okay, well, if we think you're quiet quitting, which is kind of what I was doing, then I'm going to make it so unbearable to work here that you quit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm stubborn.
You're very much serious.
But it comes down to just like, here's what I would like to do. I'd like to be able to come into work and do my job. That's all I want to do. I want to do my job, make the money, pay off my loans, so that way I can go pursue my dream job. Because it's not that I don't want to work. It's not that I am not a lazy American. I am a hardworking American, but you can't tell me that working harder will produce better results when clearly it doesn't. All it's shown me is that no matter how much I get invested in this company and how much I would like to make things better for me and my coworkers, I'm always met with resistance because I'm changing the status quo. I'm asking too many questions. I actually care about the job. And whenever I exercise my rights, like, hey, I had to go on disability because of this thing, because of my pre-existing disability. These are the accommodations I need at work to prevent that from happening again. And instead of going, you got it, Luke, we got your back, it's, well, what's your disability? This says nothing. This tells me everything except for what your disability is, which is like, but you don't need to know what my disability is. The state of California says I don't have to tell you. I can disclose to you that I am on the list of pre-approved disabilities. I'm on that list. My disability is on that list.
Legally, you do not have to tell anyone what your disability is. You don't even have to tell an officer what your disability is.
Correct. Yeah, because it's privileged information.
And they could get sued for asking, because then they could pull bias crap.
So that's kind of where we are right now. Is that right now I made another call to California Disability Rights. I'm waiting for that call back, but I told them, I'm like, I have this questionnaire that they want me to fill out. I have pictures of it. I'd like to send it to you in an email. But it's the weekend. I haven't gotten a response all week. I was really hoping they were going to call me on either Thursday or Friday since I had the days off, but I didn't get anywhere. So what's going to happen is I'm going to let my manager know, hey, I have an important phone call that I'm expecting. This, that, and the other. So I might end up getting on the phone at some point. But we'll see. I just, I don't want to work there anymore. And if it weren't for the fact, if I had money put away, I would leave. I think that's an absolute fact. But I also know if I leave, it doesn't actually solve the problem, which is that my coworkers are also still being mistreated, because I'm not the only one. I have so many coworkers who I've talked to and heard their testimonies and things that they've had problems with. And that's kind of what I'm trying to talk to the attorney about. The attorney thinks that we should go forward and sue this, and we could probably look at a class action discrimination/retaliation lawsuit. Sure, okay, cool, well then we'll do it. But if they don't, then it's like, okay, well tell me what my rights are so I can at least fight the battles on my own. Like, I need to know what I am legally allowed to do, and I have all of this documentation, I have all of this evidence, so it's like, I've gotten to the point where, like, if they try to fire me, it's illegal. Like, I have enough information to prove that, hey, this was a retaliation thing. It's just, I think right now is, how many battles at work do I have to have? Because I don't
want to. Like, I mean, you saw me last week. Like, the last week, I was depressed that entire week. Like, I did not want to do anything. I was just angry. And then
I know, and I'm like, I want to help, but I don't know how because I'm clear across the USA.
And then I went on this trip with Robbie, and we had such a good time. So it was just like, okay, well, you know. Oh, how many is it? 133. Oh, hold on. I think is the render done? 133. The render is done.
This is a lot of
But you know, so it's just like I just don't want to be that way anymore, and it's just I just need these accommodations to follow through so that way I don't have to worry about it. Like honestly, like if the accommodations were to go through and they would just like leave me alone and let me do my thing, this wouldn't be such a problem. It really wouldn't. But they make it a problem, and it's like back in high school when the teachers got mad at me about my hat or mad at me for reading my book. You're causing a disturbance in the classroom. Like, no, I'm minding my own business. You don't like the fact that I'm not paying attention to you, and so that's what you're upset about. It has nothing to do with me causing a disturbance because I'm not causing a disturbance. You're mad at me, and then you're singling me out in front of everybody, and that's causing a disturbance and disrupting the learning environment. And that's exactly what's happening here. I'm not doing anything other than exercising my rights as a California citizen. They just don't like that, and that's a you problem. It's not a me problem. I'm just trying my best here. I'm trying to, you know, take my time where I can and be a helpful member to society, or, you know, at least, you know, do my thing. Like, I'm only on this earth for a limited amount of time. Like, I'd like to just do my thing, please. Alrighty.
I don't know, I think I called them.
You're at high one.
If you have a disability, you have to fight to keep the money for disability, but goodness forbid, if you're a drug addict, they give that stuff out like candy.
What? What are you talking about?
The whole thing with disability and stuff, if you have a job, they take away the disability money.
Well,
But
it depends on what the situation is. It's like, I went on disability because my doctor deemed that I could not work for this period of time, so I only was on it for a temporary time. What you're talking about is something else, because from my understanding, you still can get disability, and as long as you don't make a certain threshold. Because I know that's how it is with Social Security. If you do not make enough money in this aspect, then this is going to help supplement it, because it's not like you can't work, but your work is going to be hindered, which makes it harder. So you need that help, or like, because most people on disabilities, you're gonna have to take certain medicine that a normal person wouldn't have to take and purchase. You might have to take some appointments that you have to pay for, but again, a normal person wouldn't have to go pay for those appointments. So you can make money doing both, but if you make more than a certain amount, then they just cut you off. It's not like we're gonna arrest you for fraud. Like, if you're lying about it, that's fraud. But if you're not lying about it and you're upfront, like, I think there's the difference. Where am I at? I want to make a composite shot out of this. A composite shot.
so do you go until the shots are done, or do you go until you're done?
For the most part, I do the compositing in one stream, and then the animation in the other stream. Right now, I'm kind of just setting myself up for success for tomorrow. But right now, let's do... Like, this shot is actually fairly easy.
You seem to have more fun doing these streams than you do doing the gaming. Not that you don't have fun doing
Oh
the
no, I
gaming.
have fun doing the gaming. I think what it is that, you know, I get to be able to sit down and I actually get to work on the skills that I want to work on, right? Like, this is the job that I want. I want to do visual effects. I want to make movies. And so having that ability to have the time to make those movies, that's important to me. And like I recognize that I'm on this earth for a limited amount of time, and I'm aware of the reality of the situation where, hey, most of my time is going to be spent working. Is that okay for anybody? Why do we value spending so much time doing suffering rather than
Especially when money's a man-made concept anyway.
Especially, well, yes, but I mean, so are rights, but that's beside the point. The point I'm trying to make here is that I'm well aware of the fact that I will not be able to do everything in the world. I just don't want to spend all of my time suffering, and I'd like to spend most of my time enjoying and experiencing, and that's what I would like to do.
Right.
But I'm not deaf to the fact that I'm like, things cost money. Like, HitFilm has now moved to a subscription service of $12 a month, so it's like, and it comes with music, and it comes with all of their programs. For $12 a month, that's a freaking steal. I need a job to be able to pay for that. Like, I'm not, so it's just, I need my job to be more accommodating to, hey, people have lifestyles, people have lives, and they're allowed to live those lives. So let them live their lives. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether this store makes a bunch of money or meets the bottom line, because one day the nukes will drop, and then everything's gonna go to shit.
Well, that's kind of a bleak outlook on the future.
Well, am I wrong? At the end of the day, none of it matters.
Your camera's not tracking your face.
Of course it's not tracking my face. Sir, my face is over here. Oh, that's because tracking wasn't turned on. Is it turned on? Now it's turned on.
I have chicken tenders because I'm 5.
Are you kidding me? Your grandma laughs at me because of the amount of chicken tenders that I eat.
The grandma you're living with?
Yeah.
She laughs at you because you like chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders, I love it all.
Your grandma just seems like
She's a very awesome person. Oh, that's not wrong. Come on. I'd like to take a look at the map, please. There we go. Oh yeah? You know what? Is it because my watch is green? There's a... I'm trying to clean up the map. The idea is that this whole image needs to be pure white. So like up here, there's some transparency going on, but over here on my wrist, there's a lot of it. And I'm sitting here, I'm like realizing my watch is green. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's still green. Like that's what it's looking for. At the same time, looking at the result, what? Yeah, see? Nah, it's fine. Like, the computer knows what it's doing. The thing that I need to do here is now I need to find the curves effect. That on there, I need to match the... White balance effect. Grab the white from Jolteon's fur. I'll use some AA batteries. Alrighty. Oh, right. We need to do... Where's Torterra? Copy the grade. Bop. Bring it up here. Bop. Paste. And then can I take seed and change it? Change that seed. Lens dirt. There's no. Oh, dirt map. There we go. Change the seed. Why is it so... Not bad. My shot's done. This one needs to be made into an opposite shot. This needs to be... Take this. Not a problem. I said, not a problem. I mean, cats can have paintbrushes.
Yeah, no, that whole thing was like when I was running, my whole thought process was like, what is it to run at full speed while after drinking a large content of alcohol? And so for science, I took off at full sprint. No, I was like, I was trying to understand the effects of the brain and dizziness as well as motor function. I did not. I thought I was going to at some point, but I never did. I have yet to find that limit. For science, I must continue my research. Where is my key? Chroma key! Yoink. Green screen that. Now it's just a matter of rotoscoping my feet again. That's what I'm going to do. It's called rotoscoping. No. This is where the artistry comes in. Alrighty, so now I just gotta go take a mask. We're gonna draw everything around the left. You know, it feels good. Like, it feels really good to be able to get a scene finished and done and rendered out and, you know, to say, hey, I made this thing. It does feel really, really good. Because yes, it's a matter of making my life easier in terms of, oh, hey, which part of the body needs to be redone? Or if I accidentally mess up and have to start over on a mask, it's not the whole body, it's just this one part. No, it's fine. I do the same thing, that's how I get in trouble. Sometimes I have to say it out loud, Dad. Right? Right, it's like my brain is trying to process what to say and think and respond all at once. You can't just and then it's like, and then people don't realize that they do it too. Like, everyone does that. So why get mad at me when I do it? You know? I will say though, and I don't mean to cut you off, I think I'm going to call it for today. Because I've sat here for 2 hours straight, 3 hours now, and I've done nothing but work on this. And now it's the one complicated shot in terms of VFX because I explode. So I'm gonna let myself kind of deal with that maybe tomorrow morning before I go live on the gaming channel. If you've made it this far into the stream, you owe it to yourself to subscribe, because why else would you sit here for 3 hours and watch me complain about work and then doing visual effects? Somebody explain that to me. So if you did make it to the end, just subscribe at this point. There's no reason not to. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna call it there, and then I'm gonna play video games and pick up Robbie until I have to go into work, and then I'll go into work. Go make that dough. Go make that money. Pay off them loans. All right.